Thank you, and coming back and listening to our very first episode of the Knee Cappers, produced by the Basement Dorks. This is a homebrew home campaign that is a horror comedy that I recorded with some of my buddies in the basement. Now, granted, by the time you are listening to this, we have already gone through all of the initial episodes, but I am so excited to share this with the world and hear what everybody has to say. So, as we understand this very first recording was our first attempt, and it is a little raw. And as time went on, we learned how to be able to adjust and have the sound quality sound so much better. So stick through with us through the first, couple of episodes as we kind of learned what we were doing, and enjoy something that we poured our hearts and love into. Thank you. Here we go.
Fun fact.
Right.
I say introduce your character and then fun fact.
Character introduction is my name is Dane Steelfist. My family's come from out west. My grandfather used to tell me stories about the old lands, but he was always really vague and wouldn't tell me what or why they left. Fun fact is I lost my hand. I was a little bit too open with sharing the word of Moradin, and they didn't like that. So as punishment, they slaughtered my whole family. And they took my hand. They shattered my family's sword, and well, that's what you see on my stub here. I took the broken tip of it and lashed it to my arm with some leather strapping, and I can't hold the sword anymore, but I can still use it as a weapon.
That'll be fun.
I'm gonna get all punchy.
Yeah. It's stabbing punch. All right, Eric, your turn.
I'm Eric, and I will be playing Ghoul. Hi, I'm Ghoul. I'm a kobold. When I was born, I had a genetic condition, and it makes my arms not look like they're attached to my body. It's a white stripe on both arms, and they thought I was cursed, so they threw me in the corpse pit and left me there. And eventually, I made it out, and now I rescue people, and I try to help. Fun fact. Just learning his druid stuff, everything from his wife. He is planting everything, thinking he can grow anything from anything. He has tried planting meat to grow a meat tree, and he's thinking he hasn't watered it enough.
Hi, I'm Andrew, and I will be playing, let him tell you. Well, hey there, gang. My name's Morgenstern Drakebait, but you can call me Morg. I, been working for the Order of the Golden Dragon for quite some time now. They helped save my family, my beautiful wife Trix, and my 3 lovely children, and get them to a nice, safe place. And that's what I want to do, help you all get to a nice, safe place. I didn't grow up in the best of conditions. Goblins, big family. Well, just me and my brother and my grandma now. Well, just me and my brother, I guess. Real gift to die of old age, but Grandma sure did it. Grew up brewing beer and on the run, and kind of got me into this whole alchemy thing. But now I'm using that for the betterment of everybody. Got this theory about the dragons, see? I really do think something's hitting them. That's why they're being such horrible creatures. They used to be proud, noble. Well, but what did I know? Just a dad. Fun fact about me, I really hate it when my wife lets her swarm up on the furniture. She keeps these little fireflies, little lightning bugs, flowing all around the house, and I tell you what, they get over everything. Drives me nuts.
I like that one.
All right, Mike.
Well, I am Doran Eldore, and long time ago, my family was driven from our ancestral home of Elm Grove due to a man coming in claiming to bring prosperity to us. And we were all tricked, besieged, and most of our entire town had been exiled, essentially, while he stays there and reigns over our ancestral homelands. Half my family didn't make it out. I was one of the few that did. Our family and the rest of our village have been scrounging for work after having lost so much of our heritage and our hometown. Most of us have been taken to the trades, building what we can, offering help where we can, just to get by. Not long ago, we were working on trying to build an establishment in the ruins of an old town. And deep in one of the cellars, I came across this tattered chest, but it was humming, and I didn't know why. So after investigating it, opening it up, there's this blade calling to me. And then a voice in my head saying, "Revenge. Revenge." So now, I have this blade with me, and we have an understanding. And ever since taking it, I've noticed that I've been able to do things not most of my family can't do. So, but it calls to me and tells me where to go. And from that, we have an understanding that maybe one day I can get back and retake our hometown. Fun fact, I have a twin. The character has a twin, but have not seen in many, many years.
All right. It's good to keep in mind. Extra people that may or may not be dead out there.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, let's get started. So, as the world opens, you guys have been on a mission. Well, as far as the Golden Dragon is concerned, you were all sent out on a mission to try and bring home a few people that you believed were living in a small camp about a day or two's ride away from one of the Golden Dragon's strongholds. And they haven't heard back from you. And little to their knowledge did they realize that that stronghold had already been compromised. As we open up in you in chains, beaten, broken, and bruised. None of you were meant to be heroes. You're couriers. You get sent out on the easy jobs. This was supposed to be an easy job. The chains are digging in, and you find consciousness hard to keep, as it's been about 3 days since the last time you had water. You're tired, and you're exhausted. Mike, you feel a character, or you feel a kick to your side, as an 8-foot-tall, black dragonborn stands above you. I told you that I wanted to know where the entrance is at. I can continue to torture you or your friends with no problems. I'll leave you in the pool of your own blood, if necessary. You have until sundown to give me my information, or the next time you will be my dinner. And he steps out and slams the door to the carriage that you're currently trapped in. You guys have two options. You could fight. You could survive. Maybe. Or you could give up the information and probably die anyways. Choice is up to you.
We can't tell them. They're gonna kill us regardless. We cannot give up the camps. We can't tell them, you guys.
Well, cheese and rice, like that was even an option. I don't know about the rest of you. I got loved ones back there.
Gold does too. Let's protect.
Let's figure something out.
How are we chained?
You are, you've got shackles on your arms that are attached to your legs, and they're just long enough that you can move your hands up and almost touch your face, but you can't quite touch them. And they're tight enough with the way that they're attached to you that you can't quite stand up. You're kind of like stuck in a perpetual slouch.
How is the nub attached?
It's not. You only have one arm.
Right.
That's combined. Your little nubby thing is available.
I mean, did they take our? Did they clean out what we have on us?
They had removed your weapons, and they are stuck in a pile, as far as you know, on the opposite side of the door.
Just our weapons.
Just your weapons. You weren't really searched that hard.
Shackles with a lock, or with like is there a lock that I could?
It's a lock.
Okay. I'd like to take out, or can I get to my thieves tool?
I'm going to have you roll a dexterity check at disadvantage because of the way you're shackled.
Ooh. Well, that'd be a 4. Jeez, I swear I gotta get this gut out of them.
You can't.
I gotta go on a diet when I get back home, guys.
Rocking the dad bod, huh? You know, best diet there is, well, not eating.
Well, I think we all do enough of that as it is, don't you?
How many dragons can we see around us? Or that we have any idea of how many there are?
When you guys got approached, you believed it was a group of about 6 dragonborns of mixed color. The one that is black with the raspy voice seems to be the one that's in charge. You did not see anyone outside of that group, but there are more that could have come in the last 2 days.
I have the Warcaster feat,
Mm-hmm.
which allows me to wield, when I have weaponry in my hand, it allows me to still do somatic components.
Okay.
Would you allow me still, with my hands bound, would that qualify for being able to...
You can still manipulate your hands to be able to do spells.
do somatic components? Okay.
Is there anything I can use that's in the carriage?
Roll a perception check for me.
That's not going to happen.
What'd you roll? 7? Yeah, you don't see anything in there that you could use for your advantage.
How rusted are these chains?
They're old.
Oh, now I have Acid Splash as a cantrip.
Mm-hmm.
And normally that would be, it's not a targeted, it's a dex save.
Mm-hmm.
Would you allow me to use it to target 2 of our shackles?
Yeah.
Okay. Come on, guys, get over here. Let me get us out of this. Quick, reach up and pull into, or pull out of my little hidden pockets in my vestments. By the way, I'm dressed in in like an aviator's cap with a old style with an old style gas mask that right now is hanging around my neck, that I normally have, that has like 2 of those little
Filters.
two of the smaller, like lengthwise filters, so I almost look like an insect when I got the whole thing down, with a set of goggles currently pulled up on my head, and then a like ridiculously white, for how post-apocalyptic the environment is, lab coat that has the 2 sets of buttons down, and very large scientific like protective gloves. I got all my PPE, and so I fish out a couple of little vials. Well, just gotta get this going here. Let's see here. Well, you already got one arm free, and I'm going to splash the acid at the for Doran and Ghoul.
Okay. I'm gonna have both of you roll flat d20s for me and tell me what they are. I'm gonna say that's your kind of breakdown of your chains.
16.
11. The acid hits yours and starts to kind of bubble, but it's not enough to kind of break through. Your chains are older and rusted. As soon as they hit, you see as it starts to disintegrate. Good strength pull, and you'd probably be able to break them.
So I'm going to do the strength pull.
All right.
13.
You give it a good yank and a good tug, and you're like, I can do it. And you can't. But you can feel as the chain stretches. It's weak, but it's not broken.
You said the chains are attached onto the ground, right?
No, your legs. You're imagine
Okay,
that you're like
Yep.
sitting in a chair.
I get it
But
now.
there's no chair.
I didn't know if they were locked to the ground also.
No, form of torture. You can move around the room, but you can't sit down. And if you sat down, you probably wouldn't be able to stand up.
Got it.
Are they stretched out to the point where you could kind of slip them off?
So the way it would have hit is you wouldn't be able to slip it off, but you would actually break the chains themselves.
Okay.
So you're giving it a good pull. So here in a second, I'll have you do another strength check and see if it breaks loose.
Question.
Answer.
So I'm just trying to remember my Rachel feats. I have face steps as a bonus action. I can teleport up
Okay.
to 30 feet.
Yep.
So can I just poof over 5 feet out of my chains? Will you allow that?
No, because you would have done that in the last 3 days.
Also, because it takes all of your clothing with you.
So
Oh,
therefore,
so
would
it's
also
if
take the chains.
You'd appear and it'd be like, yeah.
But he's
I'm
a nudist
naked!
teleporter. He's a nudist teleporter.
Suddenly we teleport like we do from the boys. Like, I can move, but also I'm naked. So yeah, no.
Okay.
You
I know I
wouldn't be
didn't
able
go
to
over any of
teleport out chains.
the stuff with you at all. So.
Yeah, because
Okay.
when you teleport, you take all your items, so
Okay.
chains will be attached to you.
Okay. Just throwing it out there.
Good idea though.
Okay.
How rusted are my chains? Pretty much.
Pretty
same.
much the same. Roll a d20. Just
Yeah, 3.
how have you not broken out of yours yet? Your chains are uber rusty. You've just been enjoying the show.
Okay, well. There must have been some of that acid that splashed onto my chains. Can I try to break them?
Yeah,
14.
yeah, not an issue because your chains suck.
Oh, hey. Hey, guys, check that out. I'll go over to his chains and...
Don't just sit around. You gotta help us out.
I'll go over to Ghoul's and I'll grab hold of his since I saw that they were giving a little bit and I'll pull on his chains.
Okay,
14.
perfect. That'll be enough to break his chains now. So 2 of you are free.
Thank you.
And I'll just...
Why don't you just try? I'm going to go over to Doran and start trying to help him, like a dad trying to help another dad, like strap down something to a car that does not belong there. Well, you just gotta you twist it like this, and then you get a little bit over here. I'm gonna give you the help action if you want to try to break free. That'll give you advantage.
Yeah, I'll do a 17.
17.
Roll one more time. You may still get a nat 20.
Yeah.
19.
Ooh, nice. That is
Dang.
more than
Okay.
enough to break the
Plus your
chain.
strength. Yeah.
Minus
So-
1.
No, your strength sucks.
Yeah.
But that is more than enough to break your chain. So you're able to break loose. So that is 3 of you loose now.
Well, there you go.
Boy, you were such a nice person to give a helping hand. Would you like a helping hand also?
That, you know what? That would be wonderful. I tell you what, I can lift the kids up, but hey, Bobby's getting big though.
And I go pull on his chains. 6.
No.
Can I go over?
I'm going to give him the help action as well by kind of trying to drip some of the acid from my vial onto the.
Okay,
thing,
go ahead
so-
and give me an advantage roll then.
18.
Perfection.
we go.
See? That's all we needed.
A little bit of acid and it breaks loose, no issue.
Well, that feels much better. I mean, I love being married, but I don't love being tied down. Well, we're out of here now. Well,
Now we fight.
yeah, we got to get back to our weapons, though. Well, you guys have to get back to your weapons. I crack my knuckles.
Okay, you said they took our
Start
weapons. They
stretching out.
probably took my shield also.
Yeah, they would have taken your shield. The last time you seen him from Woody and opened the door and you had looked, you guys, the weapons were just outside the cart on the ground.
How often can you use your teleport spell?
Well, I can just blow open the door quick.
It's once per a long rest, I believe.
I think, faced up, I get 2 uses in a long rest
Oh,
as a bonus
Nice.
action.
nice.
So you could phase out, grab a pile of weapons, grab a pile of shit, and phase back in. Or you could blow open the door like you were just saying.
So I want to blow up the door. Let's get out. Scurry for it?
Is that what you want to do?
That's what I want to do.
Okay.
Before he does, now that I'm free, can I take another look around just to see if there's anything usable?
Is the door open? Can we try the door first?
Before we blow it open.
I suppose nobody did try that. We were in chains before.
Yeah, if you want to do another perception check and look around first.
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. 10.
There ain't shit in here. You've been here for 3 days. You've looked every damn corner. This is meant to keep people. There's some blood splatter.
Can I just try the door before he opens it?
Yes. It's unlocked.
It is unlocked. Well, that's a good way to get your people stolen. What?
Your people?
They're people. I don't know.
Ghouls people?
Let's not get too crazy there, Ghoul.
So, as you swing the door open, there is, in fact, a pile of weaponry next to the door. Some of which is yours, some of which you're pretty sure was other people. Roll a Are you looking out the door?
Oh, most definitely.
Okay, good. Roll a perception check for me.
Yes, 7. I am just still flabbergasted that the door was unlocked. You think somebody's taking you prisoner, and really they're just goofing around. They're just goofing.
You are so just focused on the fact that the door was unlocked. You look down and go, yep, that's my weapons. And that's all you see. That's it.
I reach down in there and dig out my 2 very precision-y scalpel-like daggers.
And while he's doing that,
Can I see anything past him?
I don't see nothing. I'm going for my weapons. My shield. I rolled a 3.
Man, we have a theme going in this game
It's
so
an
far.
inauspicious start.
This is with +5 to perception.
Oh,
Yeah.
this hurts me.
He had all this cool stuff he wanted to describe, and we were just ruining it.
Where's my white cane?
So, yeah, your weapons are outside the door. Like, they're right there. That's it. You're focused. Hyper-focused.
Morg's in the way. I can't see around him completely.
I tell you what, they just tossed them in there. That's a great way to dull the blade. I'm going to have to spend hours resorting these.
So you now have your weapons.
Is there any... where's the Dragonborn? Do we see him?
You're hardcore focused on your weapons. That is what you see. That is what you're looking for.
Well, I would have picked up my shield and looked around.
Okay. Assuming that you took the time to look around, there is in fact 2 dragonborns. There is a green and a red one that are about 5 feet away from you, standing in front of the door with their backs turned to you, talking. And they're just chatting back and forth, kind of a mix of common and draconic, as they're,
How close together are they?
they're pretty close. Like pretty much shoulder to shoulder.
Okay.
I do speak Draconic. What are they talking about in the Draconic?
Oh, man. That was a good meal we had last night, don't you think?
Well, yeah, I really enjoyed it, but I still got that one leather stuck in my tooth. I've been trying to get her out all day, and it's not working. I was trying to use her rib to, dig it out, but it wasn't there.
I know. Having those children, they cook down so nicely. I know we were supposed to save them and give them to the big boss, but oh, it's been so long since I've had fresh meat. It was nice.
Do I have time to lash my sword onto my arm?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we have the drop on these guys who are not paying attention 5 feet away from us?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
So, I would like to go ahead and use my feat shield master right away.
Okay.
I want to run up behind one and bash him and knock him prone and stab the other one.
I think you still have to roll to hit their AC there, so.
That's a 6.
We have surprise, it should be with advantage.
It is with advantage
Yeah,
because you do have surprise because these two idiots can't roll.
That's a 15.
15 to hit them.
Okay, so I'm knocking the one prone, and
Okay.
so that
I
I think
see.
that just happens.
Yep. Yeah, you knock him prone. The other one you had to roll to hit, but you hit him no problem, so you got a good stab in his ribs. Now they're aware you exist.
So 4 damage. Is it sneak attack?
It would be sneak attack, so you're going to roll.
Are you a rogue?
No.
No, it's just in
Then it is not.
No, it's
No,
not.
it's
Never
not.
mind. Just ignore me.
Okay.
Rogue
I know
specific.
rules to this game. Sort of.
Um,
Well, I didn't know because it was a sneaky attack. It's just not sneak attack. No.
Tell you what, new house rule that we're going to add to the game. If you do something that I consider to be cool, I, as the DM, get to bonus you an additional d6 of damage that you can roll. It didn't help.
So I roll 5 total damage.
Okay, so you stab him. He takes 5 damage and he turns around and holy shit!
as he turns around, I release a blast, I shoot off because they're within 5 feet of each other. Another acid splash. Grab another little vial off me. Just drip. Shoots off, and it would hit both of them. They have to make dexterity saving throws. The DC is 13, or take a D6.
The one is prone, so you,
The one is
One is
prone,
prone,
so
so
he's
we have
rolling disadvantage.
Yeah.
So the one that's prone takes damage, and the one that is standing does not.
So it's a D6. Would be 2 damage.
To the one that's standing?
Hooray! Huh?
The one that's standing, so that's
No,
5, 6,
Two
or
damage
no,
to
yeah, the one that
that's
laid down. Ah,
down.
okay.
Can I calmly walk out to the thing, grab my blade, or look, see the 2 dragons there,
Yep.
and then Eldritch Blast, the standing one.
Yep.
15 to hit.
15 hits.
Okay. D10. There's a 9.
9. You hit the guy that's standing, and you watch as it just abruptly hits him, and he stumbles back for a second. And just as he stumbles back, he lets out a scream before he hits the ground and dies.
A very loud scream.
Oh, it's noticeable. And just about the time that happens, you see 3 more Dragonborn and a lizard folk come around the corner.
I'm going to use my bonus action, Nimble Escape, to use a bonus action to go stealth.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a 17.
Okay, so that would definitely make you stealth.
Disappear amongst the dads, or amongst the people.
If we have a moment, I'd like to go retrieve my actual blade from the pile now.
You have moments, because as you killed that guy and he let out a scream, and several more come around the corner, you hear, "They're gone out! We need to get them! That's lunch, you bastards!" And the 4 start charging you. So they are roughly, let's say, 120 feet away from you from where you're at.
Okay, and for technically the movement of walking out of the caravan to seeing them shooting and the pile, could I make that move, attack, move?
Yeah, you can make
So,
that move,
get
attack,
there.
move.
Okay.
And I'm also going to have all of you roll initiative now.
All right.
which will all be very low numbers.
20. That's a what?
10.
Where's my thing? 13.
All right, let's roll initiative for these 4. Oh, good. So just as you guys realize that's going on, and you've used your movement speed now, one of them realizes, the first lizard folk that came around the corner and seen you, recognizes what happened, and the one that is prone now stands up and lunges for Ghoul. So he's going to try and grab you, Ghoul, so he can slam you back in. And oh, what? I'm done with this dice. You don't get to play anymore.
I did that already too.
Critically fails and misses you entirely. So he shuts past you, trying to get a hold of you, and just as he thinks he has you, he falls to the ground, and is now prone again because he's an idiot. Mork, you get to go next.
Okay, so How many of them came around the corner?
There were 4 that came around the corner, so you've got 5 guys in total.
I think what I'm going to do is move myself into a position where I can aim past my allies, and I'm going to cast Tasha's Caustic Brew. It is a 30-foot line down the hallway. Line 30 feet long, 5 feet wide. And I would like to angle it down the hallway to hit as many of these guys as I can.
There's no hallway. You're outside.
Outside. Missed that.
You were in a carriage.
Angle this to hit as many of them as I can.
Okay. Apparently they lined up in a straight line for you because you hit 3 of them.
Darn line, okay. And Morg takes out his little a couple of beakers and starts mixing them together, and it starts bubbling over. Drops a little pellet into it and holds out this glass, one of those thicker glass beakers with the wide mouth, and just this blast of acid just shoots out. They need to make a dexterity 13 save, and if they
All but one make it.
all but one make it, so all but one. So that one takes 2d4 acid damage at the start of each of its turns. It is covered in acid, and it has to take a. It has to. Or a start of unless it uses its action to scrape or wash the acid off of itself. So it takes 2d6 or 2d4, which I rolled a 6, and I would like to use my Fury of the Small to add an additional 2.
Additional 2d4? Or
No,
just
an additional 2
2
damage. So that would
Okay,
be
good.
8 total to that one guy. I am going to. What is the camp look like?
So you didn't get a good look at the camp because pretty much as soon as you arrived, you were captured.
Okay.
There is a few carts. You could tell that it was a makeshift camp that was originally built. So there's some lean-tos along the side of the hill, and then there's a couple overturned carts that it looks like people were trying to use as homes. And the dragon or the dragonborn and the lizard folk have just kind of overtaken that, so they're in that area.
I'm going to then use my movement to once again break away, and I'm going to use my nimble escape to go back into stealth to drop out and that's my bonus action. That's a 16 on the stealth.
Okay.
To drop back in and under things. So you see, it's a little out of nowhere, this impossibly white lab coat. Ah! And then he dips back into to some of the things, or to some of the clutter around the camp.
Next is going to be Doran. Should be next, I think. This is Morg, then Doran, then
Dane.
One-handed person, and then Goal.
Stop making fun of the handicapped guy.
Me. Anyways, your turn.
So they came in from the same side, caravan. Original 2 guys, and they're coming from the same side or the back side?
They're coming from the same side. So where your cart is at, where you guys are located, was right on the edge of the camp. So you very easily could have escaped and ran away. So now all the guys that were in camp are now headed towards you.
I will target the lizard folk coming at us, and I will. How far is he?
He is still, because they haven't started running yet, so they're still about
Far out.
Yeah, they're still a ways out.
Yeah, and you took down the one that was just there?
Yeah. Technically, I don't think he would have been able to shoot that far to hit them, but that's okay.
So currently within our 30-foot radius, there is no one alive apart from us.
There
I
is
may have moved
one guy who fell back over.
Okay, I will target
Next
the
to me.
guy that has fallen over.
Okay,
Eldritch
and he's next to Goal.
Yes, I'm going to Eldritch Blast him.
Okay.
That's a 9.
9 will not hit him.
You didn't do it.
Do you want to do anything else on your turn?
I'm going to look at my teammates and, like, do we hastily look and do we just run because we got 100 feet? roughly between, except for the one that's left and Ghoul up, or can I get to Ghoul and help him up?
Ghoul's still standing.
Sorry. That the guy next to him is down.
The guy next to him tried to grab him, rolled an @1, and fell on the ground.
Sorry.
So, Ghoul's still standing.
Okay, that'll be my turn.
Okay. That'll give us one-armed bandit.
Okay. Okay, how far away did the guy that I knocked prone get away from me to attack him?
He's within 5 feet.
I'm going to.
You guys are all still kind of clustered together except for Morg.
And he's already prone?
He's already prone.
I will attack him.
Okay.
16 plus 21 to attack.
That'll hit him.
But I'm going to roll again just in case. Nope. 21 to attack. And
Actually, you would have hit him too. Because he's prone.
Oh, advantage?
Well,
or
advantage.
his AC is down.
AC's down or advantage, either one. But either way, you would have hit him because he's down.
Would you like me to roll again?
Yeah.
so 1d6 plus 3 is 6 damage.
All right, 6 damage.
As a 10 plus 5, 15 to hit.
He's dead.
Okay.
Okay.
Dead.
I like your idea to run.
We have a chance here. We got 100
Okay.
feet.
Yep, let's start backing away. I want to move as far as I can in the opposite direction from the people that are...
So you're sprinting. You attacked and then you're moving.
Yes.
So you're sprinting.
Yes.
So you're moving at double speed. So
Yeah.
just bust ass out of there.
So I got 50 feet that I can run.
Perfection. Just run. Ghoul, your turn.
You run? Run?
Run.
Okay.
I got 30 normal, so 60.
60. Busting ass out of there. And that goes to the 3 guys. The one guy is currently just completely going out. Oh my god! It's a burning me. It's all over me. And he's rolling on the ground. Like he's completely flipping out. The other 2, they're taking off. We gotta get them. That was lunch, man. And they're busting balls.
He takes that 2d4 at the start of his next turn too, which would be 7 more damage to that one.
He's dead.
You can eat your friends!
And then the other 3 are busting balls after you. The one that was closest is right on your tail. Like right on your tail. So that's going to come back around to he's dead. So that's your turn now.
So how many are chasing after them right now?
You have 3 guys that are chasing after you.
Oh, 3 guys that are chasing after them. I was hidden.
As a
Yeah.
party,
The group.
at the group, there are 3 men, 3 things that are currently chasing the group. And then 1 that is reeling on the ground covered in acid, and the other 2 are dead.
Okay,
It's open field, right?
It is open-ish field. It's hilly.
Can I do a investigation check to see if it looks like any of the other carts would have prisoners in them?
Yeah, go ahead.
That would be a 6. Well,
You don't
guess
see shit.
Guess we're the only ones left, boys. So I'm going to use my magical tinkering ability to create a small recording object that records about 6 seconds of verbal cue, and I'm going to record. Well, gosh and howdy! I can't believe I'm gall darn stuck in here. I'm going to leave it where I was hidden. Then I'm going to get the heck out of there and start following at a distance in stealth.
Would you already have that device created on you?
It's something I can do as an action. Imbue a tiny non-magical
Okay, I know what you're doing.
object with a magical property of your choice, 5-foot radius, or either 5-foot radius light, a 6-second long recorded message, odor or nonverbal sound, or a visual effect including up to 25 words.
Non-verbal sound.
Yep.
So we're going to assume that there's a small image of you now, because that can have 25 words.
6-second long recorded message.
Okay, that works. It doesn't play on a loop, though, does it?
It just emits the sound while it's up until I deactivate it. So I could set it up to play. I should be able to set it up to play
6-second
on-
loop. So
Perfect.
Yep, just
It's
a little
a line.
6-second.
Perfect. That's all I need to know.
And then
All right, and you're busting balls out of there.
just as stealthily as I can. Just
Okay, so that's going to go back to Dine?
Doran,
Doran?
I think.
You're Dine?
Yeah, Doran.
Dane.
Dane, Doran,
Dane
Ghoul,
Doran.
and Morg. Yo.
I'll look at the closest Dragonborn running after us because he's still a ways away. Because I can attack and still use the dash, correct? That's not a...
The closest Dragonborn is no longer a ways away. He is on your tail.
Okay. How, like 30 feet, 20 feet, 5 feet?
Within grappling distance of Dane.
Okay, I'm just going to go right roll.
The hell is her movement speed if
He was the first one to take off.
They also
they were 100 feet away?
You guys used
No.
actions and stuff. They didn't.
Oh.
They just sprinted,
One.
which
Yep.
quadruples their speed.
Yep.
Okay.
They get to go
Doubles.
faster. Double. They still go faster.
Okay. Yeah, closest
they
one.
doubled, but you guys, everybody else used actions, so you were only, and including myself, so we were only able to move. Well, except for actually, I don't think you did. I think you just booked it.
That's okay.
He's a ways away.
It's okay. So there are 2 alive Dragonborn.
There are 3 alive
3 alive.
Dragonborn.
1 is down writhing, 2 running.
One is down riling. 2 are chasing.
Okay. Visually, whichever enemy is closest to one of the party members, I'm going to Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Wait, no, sorry. 11.
11 does not hit. Damn near. Like, so close, but nope.
So how close behind me are they? Like on me?
They're on you.
I will.
One is on you, the other one not quite. But
How closely together are they running? Are they like?
there's about 10 feet difference between the 2 of them.
Okay. I am going to stop running, brace myself, and as he's running towards me, I'm just going to shield bash him again, knocking him prone.
Yeah, not an issue. You knock his happy ass on his ass.
And he's down.
He's down. He is prone.
So he would have to spend his action to get up, which means he can't keep running. I will now turn and run 50 feet away, because I can run twice my movement.
Okay, perfect.
Do it.
So how far? Where is everyone?
You are at the front of the pack running away for everybody. Then barely behind you is that character.
Dorn.
And then currently behind Dorn is Dane.
10 feet behind me is a standing individual.
Is a standing, running individual. And then the one
So
he
60
knocked down
feet
is currently
behind
on the ground. And actually, you know what? I'm going to, because it's going to be his turn. Well, yeah, that's where everybody is.
Watching you shake your head in disgust this entire encounter has been fun.
I'm rolling like shit.
Welcome back to D&D.
My dice apparently love you guys and hate me.
Yay.
The dice have their own story, Drew.
They do.
The dice. Oh, we're sorry.
The dice have their own story. Sometimes your group just takes down Strahd in the middle of the game, and I have to beat a hasty retreat.
I don't know what you're talking about. Dirty Cape Boy.
Pretty Cape Boy.
I'm gonna cast Mold Earth and just
That was
dig a
a
trench
beautiful,
right
beautiful
behind, so that they have a obstacle to get past or a tripping hazard.
Perfect. So as it comes to his turn, you hear a dumbass when he realizes that his buddy had fallen on the ground, and just as he says that, wham! Right into the trench you dug. Didn't even like Looney Tune moment of over top and then into the dirt. So you guys are busting balls now. We're gonna say you're out of combat and you're just moving. As you get a little ways away, we're gonna, you guys have been running for a little while. You hear just a gut-curdling, blood-stopping growl / scream come from the camp, and you guys are moving. That being said, Morg, are you running after everybody? Are you-
Almost definitely.
Okay, cool. So you guys are moving and you guys are booking, and you are officially on your way to take off and survive. So we're gonna cut to the next day. We're gonna assume you guys ran for the full 2 days, just busting ass to put as much distance behind you guys as possible. If you guys are okay with that, we'll railroad this a little bit towards a direction. Not usually my style, but and you guys have made it finally back to one of the strongholds of the Order of the Golden Dragon.
We would not have ran directly there just so they couldn't have followed our trail.
Which is why it would have taken you several days.
Yep.
Which you were already about 2 days away, but you
Yep.
busted your ass. Took you some time. Definitely kind of backtrailed back and then kept going forward and jutting back and forth. You know the rules. You know what it takes to survive. This isn't your first courier mission. You were just really hoping not to come home empty-handed this time. So I'm going to say you guys are half a day away, early morning, as you get up, and you're near the stronghold of the Order of the Golden Dragon.
We got to let them know about the Dragonborn that are out there. We got to let them know about that camp.
Take a look around and see if I notice anything fly up a little bit.
It's clear. It doesn't look like anything's following you anymore. And you take your time looking. It's not hard with most of the trees being gone and everything being as desolate as it is. You can see for miles usually without too much of an issue.
That camp looked awfully mobile, though. Or at least if there was anything left of it. What was that scream that we heard? I was beating feet out of there so fast I couldn't see a darn thing.
You had said it was a traveler's camp, right? It
was a small
the
group.
Dragonborn took over.
Yep.
Okay. Do we know who were supposed to be at that camp?
You had heard rumors that they were VIP. They were extremely important people. But it was going to be easy. They already had strong members that were with them. You just basically needed to lead them back to the stronghold so they could get things set up.
Strong members who were with them, and children. My God, they ate children. What kind of world is this that we're living in, where they go about and eat blasted children? Of course, Morg knows because he had from his family members who were children eaten, but it's just not processing quite at the moment. It's hits a little bit more home once you're a parent.
When you're hungry, it changes the way you see things. I'm glad I haven't gotten that twisted, but when you dehumanize your foes, you don't got to think about it like that. And they have clearly dehumanized us.
Can I roll insight to see if Dane is coming from a place of experience here?
Roll.
Ooh, I'm not proficient in that. But I got a 17.
Not speaking personally, it's just
Okay.
I have not experienced the Donner Party.
Oh, fair enough. We're in it deep. We really botched that one, boys.
The sooner we can report it, the sooner somebody can get back there and maybe help them. I don't think there was...
though? There wasn't anybody left. I mean, I only took a glance around, but we seem to be the last people. Did you see anybody else shoved into the cart with us?
Not in the one with us, no.
And the
but if
dumb one that was talking when we came out, well, he was talking about having them for dinner. Wouldn't be surprised if they had been full out consumed.
Okay, but they would have eaten the children first to try and get information out of any of the...
They would have eaten the children first?
To get the information out of the VIPs. They have no need to save the innocent. They don't care.
Who's to say they were eating them in order? It's lawless with them.
They serve the winged bastards. What the hell do they care about us?
Well, regardless, we're here now. What's done is done. All we can do now is try to prevent it from happening again. Or get some order to this. So let's get in there, let's report our findings, and try to make something out of this.
Fair enough.
At least we killed 2 of them.
You see the one that fell in the hole?
Yeah.
We only get 2? I thought we got 3. Yep, okay.
Oh yeah, there was the one at the start.
I melted one real good. All right, well, let's go ahead and report. This camp. I've been working with the order for a while. Would I know who do we report to?
You would report to Gregory. He is old elf, been around for as long as you can remember. On a rare occasion, he talks about the before time, so he remembers the world before the dragons had taken over. Probably 350, maybe almost 400 years old. He was still a kid when the world was normal.
You said old elf. Is that a title or just description of his age?
Description: he's an old elf.
Okay.
So we can't call him Old Greg.
No, you can't call him Old Greg. Old Greg. No, that doesn't exist. So you guys make your way to camp, and you know how not to trip the traps. You know how to get in. This is all normal stuff. This is one of the smaller strongholds. There's only maybe 15, 20 people here. Old Greg is the commanding officer. Oh, son of a bitch. You can call me Old Greg. So Greg is one of the Gregory. He doesn't like to be called Greg. He is Gregory. Gregory is one of the kind of main people in this one. Not high ranking in the Gold Dragon by any means, but has a couple of small full soldiers under him, including you guys. You know, total, there's 3 search parties. Most of what comes out of here is courier parties. So it's moving supplies, moving small groups of people from one place to the next. You don't get a lot of important people. You don't see a lot of action. This is small corner of the world, generally untouched. Even the fact that you've seen Dragonborn attack in this area was unheard of. You didn't expect them to be there. It's been a long time since any of the clans have been interested in this area. The downside is you also know that usually before one of the ancients start moving, the clans will move in first. So this is a bad sign. So as you guys walk into camp, and you walk into a small tent set in the back, Gregory is facing away from you, kind of slouched in the corner, flipping through what looks to be a ledger.
Well, hey there, Gregory.
Well, it's good to see you back, Morg.
Not so good.
Well, got some bad news, bud.
Oh,
We
how many?
we screwed this one up real good. We got captured. Pretty sure they ate the VIPs. Definitely ate the children. And we barely got out of there with the skin between our toes intact.
We've lost. When you say we, very well. When you say they, I should say. Who are they?
That's the thing there, Gregory. It's the clans.
They haven't been seen in these parts in decades. Why?
Well, you've seen them.
And no one survived. None from the group. They had warriors with them. Good, strong warriors.
Well,
When we were captured, we didn't see anyone else. When we were getting out of there, we saw no signs of life.
That's a pity to hear, boys.
We can go back. It's just we couldn't deal with it ourselves.
No,
we could probably deal with a little bit more of it ourselves, but they got the drop on us there, Gregory.
That's unfortunate. I will add their names to the list of the dead. We've lost so many. I remember when these fields were lush and green. There was a forest here once, and we would run amongst it as children and play. Oh, I do miss those days. Oh, Morg, it's nice to see you back. How did it go?
Oh boy. Well, hey there, Gregory. It went just fine, buddy.
Oh, good. Good.
We found plenty of berries. Come on, boys. Let's let Gregory get some rest.
Oh,
Can I do a medicine check to see is this has Gregory been this out of sorts before?
on a rare occasion, he'll say something that slips past weird, or he might stumble over his words. Everyone just kind of chalks it up as the fact that he's old.
Okay. That's a 12. So he's just getting up there.
Just getting up there in
Old
age.
guy. Just
Who's his second in command?
His second in command is going to be Stephanie. She is a young halfling, so about 150, and she's been around for a while. She's kind of a fiery sort, but in a good way.
Am I able to glance at the ledger and read what it is that's on there?
Yeah, just roll a d20 for me.
Okay. That is 6.
No,
He got shitty handwriting.
I say he's got shitty handwriting, and you're just trying to glance.
It is a book.
so I think I'm gonna start heading over. Hey boys, I think it's time we found Steph and figure out what our next move is.
Sounds good.
That works.
Okay.
Few minutes are wandering around the camp. Doesn't take long to find Stephanie. She's surrounded by a group of younger children. They are playing a game of tag, and she's that playful older sister almost move, like they'd swing by and hi Stephanie, and they'll tag her and run off, and she fays getting hit or fays getting missed, and then she'll do a couple small steps and tag someone else, and they take off.
Hey there, Steph. Got some bad news.
Oh, I don't know if I can handle any more news, but all right, children. Once you guys go off and play, I say I've got to do a little bit of grown-up work. But give me a minute, and as soon as I'm done, we'll finish the game, okay? All right, Stephanie. Thank you. What's up, boys?
You kiddos don't get in trouble. You're cute and loud.
I know, but
No places in them. No places in the Golden Hall for them.
unfortunately, no. It sounds like they're starting to get full over there. And the most is they're only taking a family every couple of months now. But I'm hoping I do my due diligence, and at least my daughter may be over there in the next couple of months. I've been working hard.
Gregory's having one of his bad days again, isn't he?
He woke up a bit off this morning, yeah. I'm hoping he'll get better. I say there's supposed to be more medicine coming, but it's been sparse, and I haven't heard much from the Golden Hall lately outside of the reports that I can't get my daughter in there yet.
Right.
I suspect the news we gave him didn't exactly help out. We kind of... You don't win every game, but you hope to do well in the season. And
We're not doing good neither.
we
Golden chains for 3 days. No like.
So I take it as we didn't get the VIPs.
You're lucky we're here telling you that we didn't get him.
Clans are back, aren't they?
Yeah.
it's
I heard reports from the south that they might have been moving. I was really hoping we were going to be able to get those people in before it was an issue.
wait, the ones in the south are moved. Were these? Could we tell if these were from the south or the north?
You guys would have actually. And there was a mix of all three.
Well, you said there was red, there was green.
And there was black.
Black was the first one that walked in.
The black was the first one that walked in.
Got it.
So there was a mix of all three clans. And though they will work together on occasion, it is rare and far and few between.
I don't really know what all three of them were doing together. But
It can't be good.
it definitely can't be good if they're moving up from the south.
There's been some reports that they're talking about possibly
there's been a merger or some sort of power struggle. I mean, everything's so hit and miss.
It just doesn't make sense.
They've always separated. And you might see, you know, the green work with the red or the red, but you never see all of them together. Ever.
Usually for a purpose, though, and all three of them usually it's to take down one of the other groups. All three of them working together, though?
Yeah.
Feels like bad news for us.
And if anyone could be. Supplies are getting lower and lower every day, and we're running out of places to hide.
Would we have known who the VP actually was, or just it was a VP?
You were told to go pick him up.
Hey, Steph.
Yeah.
Were you ever told who we were supposed to be retrieving?
It's above my pay grade. I was told that they're important, and we needed to go get them, and that's all I knew. I was really hoping they were going to be my ticket.
So the Golden Hall didn't even give you that much? Name, a rank, a title?
No. All I got was whoever was moving, they had strong soldiers with them, and they were moving in small groups time by time, and they've been moving from one stronghold to the next.
They've been moving all that way. There's got to be something more in that camp that we missed.
Are there any free? And is there anyone free so we can go back and just look?
The other two parties are out, have been for days. I mean,
Have you heard from
I would
them
have
at all?
sent someone to send after you, but there's no one been back.
How long has it been since you heard from the other parties?
They left day before you.
When were
I
you?
feared everyone was dead.
So you answered my question before I asked it. They should have been back already too.
You were all expected to report in almost a day ago.
Where were the other two parties sent?
Well, there was the one headed north. It was just supposed to be a movement of small amount of food and medicine. And then another one that went to the northwest. I say, and that was just an information. They were going to scout that area and see what was going on.
Well, these VIPs are important, but I almost feel like we have to go north and try to help get that food if we can. And medicine. I mean, that...
Which direction did we come from to get back here?
You guys would have came from the southwest.
So, if we
So
came from
we're
the southwest...
potentially surrounded.
Yeah, because the Reds would have had to come down from the southwest.
Southwest is where you guys were.
Oh, so yeah, definitely, because if the Reds had to come down from the north and the Greens had to come out from the east of us, in theory, God, they had to cut right through here. None of the guards or sentries have noticed any movement at all?
We haven't seen anything through here, no. I mean,
that?
we've been kind of short on people. I mean, there's me, and then there's Soren and Taryn, but other than that, I mean, it's the twins, me and Greg, and we all know Greg doesn't go out for a century anymore. He mostly keeps track of the books.
The twins. You haven't mentioned them yet. Who are the twins?
Soren and Darren?
Yeah, Soren and Taryn.
Oh, okay. Right.
I say, a couple of twins, you've known them for years.
Well, right. I forgot Zero Session.
So do you think we should be prioritizing going back on our mission and seeing if there's anything that remains, or if what these folks were trying to collect, or should we head out and try to retrieve that food and medicine, maybe get Gregory back on his feet?
Honestly, the food and medicine I don't think would do Gregory any good. It'd probably be better for the children.
Oh, well, I know where my vote is.
But otherwise, we need to know more about the VIP, but I don't know if it's worth your lives. I have to report something back on what happened to him. Did you not see any pieces of him left? No one was trapped, no one was left.
Not that we saw.
We heard them say that they ate the children.
That was about it.
Oh, it's odd. Normally they
And
make a
the
point of
woman-
giving
woman
everything
was
over
stuck in teeth?
for... They give everything over for sacrifice. I mean, on occasion they might eat one or four, but I don't think I've ever heard of them eating a whole party.
Well, they didn't say the whole party. We
Just
heard them say
mentioned
the children.
And the woman stuck in teeth.
It's
It was rib.
Ragul.
That seems odd for them.
Seems very, very odd. Highly unlikely.
They planned for us to be dinner.
They shouldn't have. I mean, we're a good catch. Group of 4 hardy people. Give it up to their master, but if they can't decide which master gets it, what is going on with them? Can I do, I guess, either a investigation or an insight to try to see if
Anything comes to your mind?
Anything comes to mind. With,
Go ahead
my
and do
interest
an
with the dragon?
investigation for me. You're digging through. It was 3 days of torture. Obviously, you constantly had
That would be a 19, sir.
you're going through your thoughts. The black one, the main one that kept coming in, seemed off. He was raspy in voice. It was hard for him to breathe. He was fighting. His scales, some of which were missing and dropped out. Digging back through, you realize that several of the other ones seemed almost mangy for dragon folk. Normally they're strong, hardy, battle-redden, almost impossible to beat. If you go toe-to-toe with the clan, you don't survive.
We need to go back there, and I need to cut into one of these things and figure out what the hell's going on.
That sounds fun.
Torture? I must not have noticed it right away. They are sick. That makes sense. And if it's the same thing that affected the dragons, we're going to have a whole new problem on our hands. If they go feral too, think about it. Bunch of lions and a bunch of hyenas. Right now there's some sort of organization. You can at least set your watch by what they're going to do with you, but if they go rogue, we're in trouble.
If you think you can make it there, and you can survive, report back. If I don't see you again in 3 days, I'll assume you're dead, and I'll report your loss.
Question
I'm not
for
gonna
the
make you tell
DM.
Tricks that I'm gone.
I'll keep it in mind, Morg. How's she doing in the Golden City anyways?
Oh, she's doing all right. Last time I went back to visit and make a drop off, got to spend some time with her and the kids. You know, it's tough being away. I hoped her in my spot won their day too, but you know, they only had so much room. I tell you what, little Ilga's getting so darn big. 16 now, and nothing but spit and fire, and why do we got to stay in caves? And pretty sure she's met a boy.
I don't even remember my first one. Oh, I loved him so much. Turned out, he's a bloody fool.
Well, I'm just hoping she waits a while till we can make the world a better place before she tries to start a family of her own. Got a few years though, right? I'm not nearly close enough with some sort of gun to take care of the problem.
Never gets easier.
Well, Bobby and Verk are driving Tricks up the wall. Thank God for her swarm. If it wasn't for them, she wouldn't be able to corral those two.
Oh, so. But is it as beautiful in the Golden Walls? I've never seen. I've never even been allowed in. Just heard stories.
It's beautiful. It's crowded. But
Oh, to be crowded.
it's safe, right?
I mean, I've heard tales of cities so full of people and smells that would wrench your nose. It's never been an option for me, and I would love it.
We lucked out so much, and thank God Trix had done all the work that she did before Ilga came along. It still took us years to earn their spots. Couldn't even get the whole family in.
Well,
maybe one day my daughter might be able to get in the walls. I'm not worried about myself, but I'd love to have her there. But for now, she's got children to play with, which is better than some kids can say.
Well, Steph, we are going to make sure that those children can be real safe here. First, we got to figure out this problem, get that sussed out. Who knows? Maybe one of the other parties will find another abandoned horde, and we can start a second city.
That would be wonderful. I don't know if we'll ever see it in my time, but...
Sure is a nice dream, though.
Oh. All right, boys. Well, I've got work to get done, and I do believe you have an idea for your mission. If I don't see you back in 3 days, well, 4 days, you have to have a little bit of time for travel, but I'll assume you're dead, and I'll report the loss. Be safe.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Mighty kind of you, Steph.
And you see her kind of slump away. She doesn't have the same pep she had when she was originally playing with the kids, but she kind of shakes for a second and runs back over, and you see a tiny, tiny little blonde child run up and wrap around her, and you assume that's her daughter. It's the one she usually have around her, but there's other children who look similar.
Would I have met her daughter if we worked together for a while?
You would have met her daughter, but it's one of those, you don't really know her daughter's name.
Gotcha.
And there's several other kids that are also halflings that run around, but you've always just assumed the little blonde is
Are you
hers.
saying that they all look alike?
I am not saying they all look alike.
Okay.
There's just multiple other halfling children, so she could have another one. But best assumption is the little blonde was always hers. She refers to all the children as her children, but she does only have the one daughter.
Did we have, well, we wouldn't have probably when we were running, we should probably rest up and get ready to go.
Yeah, we wouldn't be at full health because of torture.
Well, you would have rested. No, you wouldn't have.
No?
No.
You currently have...
Not if we're booking it back.
Yeah,
and
you're
trying to throw them off.
You're currently, yeah. So I would recommend a rest before you...
It was 2 days booking it back.
Yeah, 2 days booking it.
Well, we were also trying to throw them off.
Yep.
Too. So we were trying to circumvent.
Because it really should only be about a day and a half to get to where this camp is at. I'm trying to remember what I said when I first started. I think I said 2 days, but it should have been about a day and a half.
Day and a half. There's at least part of a day to go and investigate. Hopefully it wouldn't take longer than that. Meaning
we might want to tell her if she doesn't hear from us in 5 days to really worry.
And you guys can.
Yeah,
you want to tell her you want to stop and just kind of hash it out a little more. She was just
I think that's a good idea. I have to remix and regather whatever reagents from the area around and regain my spell slots.
Who needs spell slots? Hit the person with shield. That's all you need.
Oh, you wait. You'll be begging for him once you can smite something.
Do we want to assume you've rested and then head out?
Give it a solid 8.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So give it a solid 8. You guys kind of rebook what you need, kind of patch up, eat a meager dinner for what's available, and you guys start heading out.
While we're traveling, I definitely want to check for any traces of anything wandering through the lands. Not just anything that would have been trying to find us, but if we were being surrounded, if we have parties all around us, is there any trace of anything?
Roll a d20 for me. Actually, if all of you want to roll, just roll a flat d20. Don't worry, I'll add something to it.
14.
Well, what would
16.
what were you? Sorry.
Traces,
traces,
of anything.
so
if there was
so it'd be in
Dragonborn,
nature.
Perception or nature? Yeah, nature would
Nature would be your best bet.
be a 15 for me.
Perfect.
16.
With nature, 13.
7.
So you don't see anything, Stubby. You're distracted. But
I had a hand once.
the rest of you guys, as you guys are moving, you realize there's been movement through this area. You can tell tracks of small groups, and we're talking maybe 2 or 3, kind of moving here or there.
Are any of you capable of sending a message back and letting them know about that?
I don't think I can.
I say you don't have speaking stones. You don't have...
No,
That's old magic.
That's fine.
It wouldn't exist.
Can I just be, as we're kind of checking around, just cast Mold Earth and just kind of making some stuff, some pitfalls that we can just kind of cover, some extra traps just to kind of secure location
Nope.
more.
That's easy enough to do, and that's not a big deal. So I'll assume.
So for the landscape, you said mostly rolling hills.
Rolling hills, not a lot of vegetation. The area is pretty desolate.
So like dry grasses, nothing crazy.
Yeah,
not
I'd say
sparse
dry
trees.
grasses, sparse trees. I mean, it's
Now with the dragons being in each corner, basically, are there mountains off in the distance, or is it just rolling hills as far as we
so
can tell?
to the
for now?
west is mountainous, like so mountainous. No one goes out there anymore because it's hard to traverse, and without proper supplies, you will die. That was Dwarven land. That's where they were from, and they're not home anymore. No one goes out there, and those that do never return.
Out of character, on Zero Session, he kind of explained it as the North America, where you have the Red Dragon kind of controls upper United States and Canada. Green Dragon has the East Coast. Black Dragon has the southern Texas going down into Mexico, and then the Rocky Mountains. We don't know.
Yeah.
It's not America, but
Yeah.
for
I was going more for like local lay of the land, what to expect, like how much
Topologically,
coverage,
yeah.
how much is open, dirt trails everywhere, grass trails everywhere.
In a rough guess, you're in North Dakota, as far as like.
Sugar beets.
So there is nothing. And then suddenly canyon.
Yep, pretty much. You would be in what would be kind of the
Red Dragon territory.
Red Dragon territory.
the fact that there's black and green this far up would be weird.
That's the direction that Morg's family escaped from, up north. So, yeah, having the green would have had to cross over quite a bit of Red's territory to get here.
Mm-hmm.
And the Golden City is located where? Dead center? Or
Golden City is, what did I say, southwest corner. It's over by the mountains, but not quite. It's an old dragon horde
okay.
that was able to be used to produce kind of a safe living space. It is the biggest collection of people anyone knows about, and it is completely underground and protected. It's almost impossible to get to.
For whatever reason, the other dragons haven't tried to take it over.
They have no want to touch that area at all.
Okay.
And the other dragons do not enter the west. They will go out of their way to avoid even coming near that airspace, and it is visibly obvious. After travel and noticing that there's definitely movement going around, you guys find your way back to the caravan. How do you guys want to approach the caravan?
Stealthily?
I
Nice.
think
What time of day would it be as we approach it?
Roll a d6 for me.
it's 4.
Evening.
Do you want to stake out here for a moment?
It does give us some advantage.
Not so good on the stealthy stuff, guys.
Well, just
But-
hang tight until we can get this figured out.
How about I go over there?
I can head this way.
Ghoul good with dark. See good. Could
Do
fly.
any of us not have dark vision?
Pretty sure I
Dark
have it.
I think everyone
Or
has
low light
dark
vision,
vision.
yeah.
Some version.
Okay.
I say, darkness, your friend. Darkness, your ally. Molded by it, you were.
It's like Yoda and Bane.
At the same time. Why not?
I'll go ahead and roll stealth, but
We could do a group stealth check where we're all rolling if at least half of us pass.
Yep, that was kind of the plan I
yep.
figured we'd go with.
Okay. I got a 16.
Okay.
I got a 16.
Okay.
20.
All right.
19 on the die.
What armor are you wearing?
Light, because I have not gotten my
Chain.
Sorry.
Chain? Okay, yeah, that doesn't oppose.
I say that
almost
is not going to
disadvantage,
cause
so-
you an issue.
That's 21.
It
All
says
right.
I have disadvantage.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Why?
You
I don't know.
plate?
I say in chain, you shouldn't have disadvantage.
I might be thinking the wrong thing. Let me double check.
Story wise, I don't
Oh,
care.
that's- Oh, okay.
Chainmail is heavy.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
the disadvantage on stealth. Yep.
Yep,
that
'cause it's
makes-
heavy.
Okay,
I had a
yeah.
19 and a 15 though.
So, never mind then.
You pass. Nobody cares. So, actually, you guys pass. I'm just going to say you guys pass and kind of let you guys figure out what you want to do.
Just walking behind him, oiling.
Squeak!
You gotta keep it quiet there, buddy. You really gotta take care of this. You take care of a set of armor like this, it'll last you your whole lifetime.
This line of work that's short.
The way my family made armor, this could last more than my lifetime.
So is it dark out? Or is
It's evening, so think just before sunset. It's starting to dark, but it's not. Well, this time of year it'd be 4:30, 5 o'clock, late fall.
okay, staying on the ground then?
Do we see
Well-
anything? Are there any dragonborn about?
Roll perception checks for me.
There used to be a hand here.
In 11.
10.
No, there used to be a hand here, man.
There was?
Yeah, it looked a lot like this one, but like reverse of it. Yeah,
You guys start approaching.
they were such big, strong hands.
You don't see anyone. Morg, make one more roll for me.
Perception.
Do a
Investigation.
perception. Just do a perception.
12.
You could swear you still hear your voice.
Well, cheese and rice. I can't believe I'm darn stuck in here. Wait a minute.
Oh, hey, let me
surely
help
would've
you out,
rooted
buddy.
That out by now. No, that's not me.
Oh,
That's Dane. Dane.
I heard you though.
Dane, I'm right here. I'm
Oh.
right here, Dane.
But
Dane. I'm right here.
oh, hey,
Focus on
Mark.
me. Hear my voice. I'm right here. I'm going to cautiously approach the camp itself. Is there any light, fire,
No.
anything there? Okay. I am going to use another magic tinkering to create like a glow stick, basically 5 foot radius of light, and lob it into the camp.
You lob it into the camp, wait a couple of minutes. Nothing approaches it.
I am going to go in, pick out my recording device, and turn it off.
Okay.
Just gonna up and walk in. No, drop the stealth.
As you walk in and you start looking around, you realize the bodies lay where they died. The guys you killed are still there. They have not been moved.
How far away was the pit that he dug, or that ghoul dug?
It would have been
100
running.
feet,
It would have been
120.
100 feet from where you guys started at.
That's just based off my movement speed.
Yep.
I'm gonna move out to that pit, see if that guy's still in there.
You can tell that when he fell, it snapped his neck, and his body still lay crumpled in the pit,
But not melted by acid.
but not melted by
Hey,
acid.
I could use a hand over here.
I'll end up in hand.
Okay.
He looks tasty.
No, ghoul. No. We will find you a treat later.
You don't want to eat them.
So you guys pull him out of the pit and get him drug out and up on the ground.
It's one of the lizards or the dragonborn?
This would have been Dragonborn.
Okay.
Color?
Green. This would have been green one.
Is the black any of the dead ones?
No.
Okay.
And there was only one black.
I would like to look over the body, bust out my alchemist kit, and I'd like to do a medicine check to see if I recognize anything, or recognize what's going on, if it has any similarity to any diseases that I might know. And that would be a 14.
With a 14, you start looking over the body, and you can tell that something was wrong. He's got huge sections of scales that are missing. He's missing claws on his hand. It looks as if they had been completely ripped out.
No, ripped out, or like fell out, like when
Like-
the fingernail gets weak and it just
Like
kinda
when the
comes
fingernail
out.
gets weak and it comes out. You can tell where the cuticle was busted and things were held together. The rest of it could be decay. It's been a few days, but those specifically stick out to you. I mean, these bodies have decayed and degraded. It's been a couple of days since you were here. It's been almost a week.
Can I cast Divine Sense and just see if there's anything that I get a read on?
Yeah, you can.
I mean, yeah, they're dead, but anything above and beyond.
Are you looking for like godly presence? Are you looking for evil? Are you looking for curse?
Let's try godly presence, because evil is a construct.
Interesting bent for a paladin today.
Well,
Yeah.
That's more out of character thought.
I mean, there's the blight that's been on the land for years that instantly becomes apparent to you. As soon as you cast it, it's a common feeling. It's something you've seen 100 times before, and you'll see it 100 times more, assuming that you live that long.
How does that present itself visually for me, just so in our discussions?
Visually for you, the world looks similar. At this point, it's more of a sense. It's almost like a sixth sense to the way the world feels. It feels off tilter. This is the first time you've really been this close to anyone from the clan.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a presence to it that feels daunting, and it feels, even with them being dead, it feels as if you were standing at the foot of a giant. The amount of that sense and that pressure with even the carcass is...
At which point you hear the cracking of ribs as Morg goes in to try to look at the heart and internal organs.
At that point, I
Why'd you
shy
look
away.
at that?
I look over at him. What do I see as he does that?
You see a little goblin covered in blood, guts and visceral.
Need me create water?
Well,
so you
And
can...
yet
They're
my
doing
coat
that.
is still unnaturally white.
Say, you boys got this stuff taken care of. This is not for me. So I'm going to go find the nearest caravan and just start
Do you want any
opening
of
up.
the other ones? I can drag them over for you.
Roll
Just
three.
line 'em
There's
up. I'll
3
go
cards.
through all of them.
Then we can
So I'm
dump
going to have
them
you
in the
roll
hole when we're
3 investigation checks for me.
Use of a good hole.
3 investigation.
Roll 3 investigations for me.
With the investigation.
Most definitely.
Okay.
Which will give you advantage because he's helping.
So
So roll
2 pairs or 3
two-
pairs?
2 pairs. Unless he has a higher investigation, in which case you should probably have Ghoul do it.
21.
Okay.
That is a natural 20. Third out of 6.
All right.
And out of the third, 17 and 2. 17, 19. So 21, natural 20, and a 19.
So
16s.
you start digging through them, and there is a lot of which is just shredded to pieces. But there is ledgers upon ledgers upon ledgers. And you're flipping through them, and they've got food listed, water listed. They've got medicine. They've got... And we're talking enough for armies. The amount that's
Amount that's
listed,
written.
that's written and recorded in these ledgers is astronomical. Doesn't even seem plausible.
And that's the same between each cart or
Each cart is got
just ledgers?
just ledgers.
No actual grain stock, anything?
No
just
grain stock. No,
books,
it is
ledgers.
just books upon books of records of food sources, and there's mention of towns that you've never heard of, and how the crops are doing, how the medicine is going.
Is there a theme, or am I seeing any kind of similarity, like they're all coming from one place or all going to one place more than others?
There's ledgers of reports of things getting moved from one town to the other, none of which you recognize the names for. And it doesn't give locations, it just gives names.
Okay.
But as you get to the third cart and you start digging through, you hear a rasp.
From inside the cart?
From inside the cart.
My curious nature, I'm going to slowly push things away and try to find it out.
As you start pushing things away and you start digging, you realize that you are nose to nose with a massive black form. As you hear another rasp come from him. Unconscious, he lays on the floor. This is the same black dragonborn that had attacked you and kept you in the cart.
I'm running off to find him.
Okay.
Oh, we got a live one.
He's back.
I'm
So
going
he's
to like put into a container the lungs that I was pulling out of this last one.
Snack?
Grab something for yourself, but cook it first, and book it on over to
Because he's still asleep, correct?
Doran.
You said unconscious?
Yes, he is unconscious.
The rasp, is that a snore, or is that from just being there, is that a not doing well medically.
That is a not doing well medically rasp.
Okay. I am slowly going to back to the edge of the cart and like wave to my party members to make sure they're going.
Okay.
Everyone. While
Book it.
making no sound.
Booking it over there as fast as I can without, tripping over things.
Yep.
I'm not as worried about sound, because if he was going to be disturbed by sound, he would have gone and trashed my little loop recording, because it's buy my book, If he was conscious enough to deal with that, I'm fairly positive he would have by now.
But this caravan's pretty far away from the one that we were at, correct?
This caravan is the one you were at.
Yeah. No, this is.
Not
the. Was it the one that we were held in?
This is the one you were held in.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna run up and take a look over him, see if I can tell anything different from the live specimen. Doing a medical check here. Whoo, that is an 8.
So he's still alive, but it's really dark in this cart, and it's hard to tell. Black Dragon, dark cart, already kind of late at night. It's hard to see.
You got your light thing?
Yeah, I'm gonna run over and grab my the 5 foot of illumination that I got.
Give it
bring
here.
it back over. Give
I
it
go-
just
I'll
kind
go
of
in
wipe
and
my hands off.
I'm gonna ready
check
some
this guy out.
hempen rope out of my bag. Tie him
Okay.
up. Get ready to.
17.
17.
He's making noise. He's still alive.
He's breathing, but barely. You, looking over him, did you roll a medical check or did you medicine? Looking over him, he's, now that you're finally not being tortured by him, you realize that he shows signs of, he's got tumors growing completely down the one arm, like massive bulges. The side of his neck is missing most of the scales. It looks as if a fresh wound has opened up, and pus and blood is dripping and oozing from the wound. And as you're looking over and you're moving, you feel as a hand presses against your chest, and you can tell that there was meant to be pressure there. And you hear his voice.
You think you're going to win? You won't.
I think I'm gonna die a glorious death. I don't think I will win anything.
And he turns his head to you. And you hear a rasp voice. And then he lunges forward with an inhuman amount of speed and bites at your face. What's your AC?
18, I believe. Yeah.
So you feel as he clamps down around your skull. You take 5 piercing damage.
Mike, do you have shield?
I
You throw
have
up as a reaction?
Is it? I think I have it as a spell. Let me check. I do. It is 1 reaction. Can I shield him?
Yes.
I'm going to burn that spell and shield him.
Can I cast Shillelagh in this man?
Yeah, so you have 5 bonus AC there. 23.
So, with the 5 bonus AC, you feel as he clamps around your skull and his teeth grind back and forth as it meets a magical force, trying to bite in. And as it grinds, you can see as his teeth rip from his jaw, just completely come out.
So I
And
don't
he's-
take 5 damage?
You do not take 5 damage.
Thank you. I didn't know that was a reaction.
Yeah.
And he tries to bite and tries to bite. And then he takes a step back, eyes now white and lifeless, as his body still stands in front of you.
Tie him up, boys.
I just go over and just kick him down with my foot, and you think we're not going to win, you're the one who's dead.
Tie him up.
So you're going to go over and just try and kick him down? You're going to need to roll for that.
19 on the die.
19 on the die. Plus your strength should be.
-1, 18.
So 18 on the die.
Opposed athletics.
I would be opposed to athletics.
Athletics, yeah, still -1.
Hey, you still knock him over.
Okay. Hooray, weak boys. Yeah.
That's okay, because he rolled a 5. So you're good.
You said his eyes went white as in lifeless,
White and lifeless.
but alive.
Standing.
Okay, yeah, that's what my goal to just...
So you kick, and he stumbles back and goes into the wall. After stumbling back and going into the wall, you see as he thrashes. And as he thrashes, you watch as his one arm breaks at the amount of force that he puts behind it. And he stumbles back again, trying to stand back up, not quite catching his balance. And you hear as a guttural roar comes out of him.
Is this the same roar we heard the other night?
Very similar.
That was the sound of the guy breaking his neck.
Oh.
Tie him up. I can bring him back and we can question him.
I have the hemp ready. I'll tie him up.
Okay, I say after breaking his arm in the way he stumbled, it takes a little bit and some work, but you guys are able to wrestle him to the ground between the three of you and get him tied up. He gnarls and gnashes and fights against the rope. You said it's hemp rope?
Mm-hmm.
Always rolls like shit. He stays tied up, but constantly tries to bite or butt or move towards whatever is nearest him.
Does he look more feral than like a composed humanoid at this point?
Extremely feral.
Oh, yeah.
Is he undead?
Yes.
Would lay on hands do anything in this case?
Your call, Drew.
You could try.
Yeah, well, for science.
Lay on hands,
Hold
bitch
on
slap.
now. Hold on a minute. You can do that in just a second. I'd like to excise one of these tumors while he's still up and kicking. Oh, I want to cut out a sample of one of the tumors growing on his flesh. Just a little one, like somebody removing a mole.
If you take your time, that isn't an issue.
I will offer him help and just like taking my actual like weapons and just like prodding the dude's face away from biting him.
Perfect. That'll work better.
Roll that medicine with
Goes
advantage.
standing over him with
See if I get
a
anything useful.
femur bone ready to swing at his head if he moves.
You're able to get a couple of those out whole without an issue. And you plop them into a vial for study later. But from the amount that you have seen over the years, these don't look like tumors.
What do they look like?
They almost look like egg sacs.
Ah,
What are we looking at here, boss?
well, when a mommy terrible creature from beyond and a daddy terrible creature from beyond really love each other, and they infect another living being. One of these bad boys. I'm going to take one of the ones that I've excised, and I'm going to attempt to to open it up to see if I can cut into it, hoping that whatever's in there is not well enough to live afterwards, because I don't want to become a member of the Nostromo.
Is he still thrashing around while you have done this? Have we known?
Well, we cut. These are one of the
I
tumors
say
that's
you
out
cut
from-
the tumors
Yeah,
off.
I'm
yeah.
taking one of the
I
ones
said
that is.
you've
that
got.
I've
I'm gonna
removed from them.
say
Yeah.
you have. Let's say you have 3 tumors that you were able to cut off of him. But you've removed these. You're still holding his head, and he is still thrashing around trying to kill you. Now, as you're doing that, you notice as you press that his one arm is now broken and his shoulder is dislocated. His ribs, you can see as they concave in as he's trying to move. He is physically putting enough pressure against you. He is breaking his own bones trying to attack you with no regard to the pain.
And still just white eyes focused.
Wide-eyed.
Yeah.
Should Mold Earth bury up to head?
In a minute. We gotta get him outside first.
I don't know that
Or
we're
just
getting
burn it.
anything else out of him.
Yeah. I think we're pretty much.
I'm gonna take one of my daggers and just walk up behind where Mike's holding him and just kind of put my hand on it. It's all right, buddy. It's all right. You had a rough day. and just up right in through the brain stem.
The
okay.
moment you
Calm
sever
down.
that, you feel the body struggle, fight, goes back and forth one more time, and then slumps to the side.
That's right, buddy. Just calm down, calm down.
Only dreams.
Pull out and just
He's asleep.
The long sleep.
yeah, Ghoul,
long
he's
sleep
asleep.
Okay, good.
You don't want to eat these guys, buddy.
You really don't.
Okay.
Drop what you took. Drop it.
Okay.
Ghoul, drop it.
You itchy tasty.
Ooh,
No,
spicy.
no.
I'll gather my hempen rope from his body, getting rid of any bits of pieces that may be coming off with it.
Okay, not an issue.
So we don't want to for science.
Want a what for science?
You boys can cut up whatever you
Oh,
want.
Well, we could.
I mean,
I don't know.
he's down now. I could keep the egg sacs that I have in the vial and maybe look into them later. And
Is there any reason to try and cast lay on hands on him and question his?
I don't think it's
Living
well. It's
form.
for sure not doing anything anymore. I just severed his brainstem,
Right.
but I think even before it, undead.
We might be past questioning him.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't know that his mind was altogether there by the end, friend.
You'd mentioned that as I was pouring through there, he was behind stuff. Because when we were first in here, it was literally just us and Shackles. What is now in here with him?
So there's a bunch of ledgers in there with him. There is.
Did he bring so he brought the ledgers?
He
in?
brought the ledgers in. There is 2 rucksacks that seem to be slumped over in one of the corners.
I'm going right to the rucksacks
Okay.
and pouring through them
As you rip open the rucksacks,
gently.
as you gently open the rucksacks, placed inside of both of these rucksacks is 2 small humanoid creatures.
Alive.
Alive and breathing, but unconscious.
Can I don't know medicine, but can I just check to make sure if they're like on the verge of death or if they're okay and stable?
Yeah.
Here, let me help you out with that.
Yeah. It's not mine, but I'm right here. That is a 16 plus medicine plus 1, 17.
17.
9.
They're alive and well, but they're not waking up. And even if you shake them, they seem to stay unconscious.
When you say humanoid, now that we've removed them from the sack, what kind of what do they look like? Do they look like
You've
any
never
particular people that
seen
we've
creatures like this. You'd say that they were elves, but they don't have pointed ears. There's no fur on them. They don't have any scales. They
Slender in nature.
slender and too tall to be a dwarf, but too short to be an elf.
So do they look to be what we would understand as an adult?
One of them would be an adult. One of them, you'd almost say that they'd be a halfling, but they're too tall to be a halfling.
Out of game question from session 0. Are humans normal in this?
You haven't seen one in centuries.
Okay. Does this appear to be from Legends a human?
From legend, you would assume this is a human. Or these are humans.
Are there any humanoid corpses anywhere? Are there the warriors that we're with? Can we find any traces of them? Can we find anything other than the dead Dragonborn?
No.
No corpses of anything else?
No corpses of anything else.
I want to take a look over the bodies and see if they have any signs of having been bitten, having been infected with whatever it was.
Taking your time and looking over the bodies, you realize that they are pristine. The other thing that you notice is, for lack of better description, they almost seem as if they were in comas.
We got to find a way to get him back to town. I'm going to go outside and scour, see if I can find some kind of smaller cart, wagon, anything to help carry him instead of on our backs for a day and a half.
without an issue, you find a small wagon that you can use.
Okay. And I will volunteer pulling it the whole time.
Hold on now. Old Morg can take his turn.
And I will just
While he's
gesture
doing
a
that, I get
longer
behind my
stride.
push. Just to make him feel good.
Gesture the longest stride out of the group. Don't say anything.
Can I tell which direction any of the living things left from this camp? Are there any tracks or anything?
Outside of your guys' tracks leaving, it doesn't appear that there were...
Were there tracks of the things that were chasing us initially? Because we had tripped them up, but there was the one that I knocked prone that was not dead.
There's tracks that you could tell it was originally following you. As you guys are starting to leave and you guys have been walking for about a day, you're paying attention. And then their tracks get erratic and then just kind of take off in the wrong direction.
Before we get all the way out of the camp, I want to make sure to gather up as many of the ledgers as we can fit.
You guys fit damn near all of them in the cart, along with the two humans.
Do the Dragonborn have anything on them of consequence?
Not of consequence. You find a couple of small daggers. Most of the time, they're known for fighting with their hands versus using weaponry, because weaponry is used by beasts, and they are better than beasts.
Any weapons that I do find, if there's room
Oh, the
on the
Dragonborn.
cart,
I'm like, the humans?
No, the Dragonborns. No, the Dragonborns view themselves as better than
Oh, okay.
the gods gifted them with all of the weaponry needed to fight at the end of their fingers.
well, if there are weapons of any variety,
There, nails were falling out, buddy. I don't know that that's going to do you any good. Unless you want to make a
take the
necklace
weapons
or
with
something.
just for the camp.
Yep, it's not an issue. You collect a couple of small daggers and one sword. Nothing particularly great. It's real basic build. It's been a long
Nothing
time
I
since
want.
there have been
It's just
good
something.
forges.
Right. Just
Also
weapons for
before we
someone.
before we take off, I want to double check. Like, okay, so we've got the ledgers. We have these humanoid children. Not knowing specifically if these are the dignitaries that were being sought around. Probably. I want to take 10 and just go through the camp, checking like if there's. Some people haven't eaten. Are there clothes that stick out more than like common clothes? Is there fine robe somewhere? Just to thoroughly check before we leave again.
Looking
we
over,
we are
the
going
only-
over this with a fine-tooth comb.
Yep.
Yeah.
If there's nothing coming at us,
There's no
we
clear
are taking the
present
time
danger.
we need.
Okay, perfect. As you guys go through the camp, let's say you guys camped there and then took off in the morning because it was night anyways.
Fair.
You guys found the ledgers with the town names. You found the 2 rucksacks. You found a couple of daggers and a sword. You dig through, and you are able to find a small storage. It is up underneath one of the caravans, as if it was hidden there to kind of keep away from some of the other people. A little bit of food, rations, enough for a group of like 10 to survive off of for 2 or 3 weeks.
We don't eat any of that.
Like, there is
We'll bring it with us.
Yeah, we can.
a decent
the
amount.
town
And it's a lot of like dried stuff. It's not nothing that would be delicious, but
We
in
can
time where it's
scavenge
almost
enough
impossible to
keep
get,
ourselves
it'd be
fed
able to
and
get
who
to
can
keep
protect
you
the
alive.
kids.
And you find a sigil, small and looks as if it would normally be held on a robe or attached to a chain that has
Can I do a religion check on it? See if I know anything.
This is all. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, you can do a religion check on it.
This is all from that undercarriage box.
This is all from that other carriage box. Yep.
Plus 1, 14.
14. Your grandpa mentioned once one more dragon that was known to protect, not destroy. This is that sigil.
Okay.
Physical description of it. Is there an actual like?
The color is silver, and it is a dragon sat up on its hind legs. In its hands held out is, in this case, is just a small diamond that would shine, and its wings are wrapped out and then make the circle of the sigil. So there's the dragon sitting there, its tail makes up the bottom half of the circle, its wings make up the rest, and then within its hands is a diamond sitting in its hands. and that's what it looks like. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I can
And
see it in my head.
Yeah,
but I
I
don't
see
know
it.
if
Yeah,
I'm describing it.
and the diamond is in there.
That diamond is in there
Okay.
in its hands.
I'm taking that. I'm not being sneaky about it.
No.
I'm taking possession of that.
That's fine.
Religious artifact.
Yep. You have never seen this sigil. You have only ever heard your grandpa offhandedly mention it once when he was talking in the old days.
Sorry, did you say the color of the dragon on there?
Silver.
Silver dragon.
Okay, it is all silver.
It is all
Okay.
silver.
Okay.
Would Ghoul have any knowledge of the dragons, like from the Kobold caves or anything? Any drawings on the walls or anything like that, where he'd recognize anything?
No. He lived in the dead pits until he escaped, so no. You guys camp, and then you start leaving, and you realize, following the pathway, that there was definitely... You could tell one of them had been following you. And then you can tell when he starts to get erratic, and then he takes off to the north. After about another day's travel, you guys are almost back. You hear a rustle come from the cart, and then a breath of startle, and then a scream.
I go over calmly.
Hold on, bud. Hold on. Calm down.
I'm staying out.
You're safe. You're safe.
Where?
All right.
It's
Where
all-
am I?
You're at the camp.
What camp?
The safe.
And also, why am I above ground?
Oh.
Above ground.
Where were you before?
I was in the Holy City. It's safe there. It has been. That's
You're from Goldhall?
and Gold Hole. What is gold and what are you? How do you speak? You tiny little monster.
But by the way, I'm even weird for a goblin. I have blue skin, floppish ears. I have like big old dad mutton chops, just a little bit too big. Just
Ghoul
yeah.
thinks you're a weird-looking kobold that doesn't have a tail.
Monster. No.
Yes.
not-
Yes. Creatures like you don't speak. I mean, I've heard tales of you, but you don't speak. You stay to the edge of villages. I mean, you... No! And...
Say easy there, young one. We're the ones who just saved you.
saved me.
You were in a bag, ready to be turned into a meal.
You and your friend. Gesture to the other one.
I don't even know who that is.
Well, quite frankly, we're not sure who you two are, but we took you away from a couple of Dragonborn. They had you.
The Dragonborn are our protectors. They serve below us, beneath us. They always have.
Were they sick?
No.
Okay, the Dragonborn that had you were very sickly and their scales were falling out and they had weird...
No, the Dragonborn serve us. They have always served us.
If I may, which color dragons?
Does it matter?
It very much
They're
does.
slaves. I don't pay attention to that. They simply do as I bid them and finish their orders.
We have a lot of things to explain to you.
And that's where we'll end our session.
Excellent.
Nice.
Tag.
Nice. Humans are racist.
Yeah, crazy. Who would have thought that?
Thank you so much for coming and listening and just kind of breaking this apart with me. Like I said, this was our very first attempt at this. It gets a lot better, and I do have every intention on coming back and re-entering some intro music and kind of some stuff throughout the show. But at this point, I just wanted to get this out there. If I challenged myself and I was like, you know what? I need to just release this. If I don't release it, I'm never going to have the courage to do so. And I'm just going to keep tearing this apart, and it's never going to admit what I wanted. So thank you all so much. We will see you in 2 weeks. You are the best.